Have you ever laid in bed at night, replaying your entire day, just thinking about all the moments you messed up? Every time you snapped at your kids, everything you didn't get done, the fact that you ordered pizza instead of making a home-cooked meal, or gave your kids cereal for breakfast instead of something lovely made from scratch. If you've ever felt like no matter what you do, it's never quite enough, you're not broken, you're conditioned. Today, I'm going to show you why we feel guilty as moms, where it really comes from, and how you can begin to break free from the perfect mom myth that keeps so many of us stuck.
Welcome to Imperfect Momming. Our children are constantly looking to us for examples. The term role model doesn't quite cut it here. We are shaping their worldview with every move we make. You see, it's not in the lectures we give or moments where we're actively attempting to teach them. It's in the micro movements we make, the unconscious ways in which we navigate life. We are constantly teaching our children how to show up for themselves, their friends, their future partners, and even their future children. So what can we do to ensure we are raising thoughtful, compassionate, self-aware human beings? We have to become them ourselves. No one is perfect, but we can all still be better, and it starts with self-healing. Let's get to it.
The truth about mom guilt. Let's start here. Most of the guilt we feel isn't actually ours. It comes from generations of messages that say a good mom should be endlessly patient, endlessly available, endlessly nurturing, endlessly selfless, endlessly put together, and somehow do it all with a smile. Society praises mothers for sacrificing themselves, but rarely supports us in the messy, beautiful reality of raising actual human beings. So we internalize those impossible expectations. And the moment we can't meet them, which is inevitable, guilt fills the gap. And the truth is this: you didn't create those expectations, you inherited them. And the beautiful thing about inherited beliefs is that once you become aware of them, you get to choose which ones you keep. There was a season in my life where I felt like everything I did as a mom was wrong. Xander would express a big feeling, and instead of being grounded, present, and peaceful, I would feel overwhelmed, overstimulated, and emotionally hijacked. And then the guilt would slam into me. Why can't I handle this? Why am I not more patient? What is wrong with me? This was during my divorce, a time when I was drowning in feeling like a failure and not enoughness, and trying to accept a life I never planned for. I didn't choose motherhood to become a single mom. I wanted the family unit. And suddenly, I had to redefine what family meant. All of that emotional chaos lived inside of me. And here's something I believe wholeheartedly: our children are deeply connected to us emotionally. In human design, I have an open solar plexus. When you have that, you pick up on the emotions of others and amplify them. And guess what? My son also has an open solar plexus. So I had deep sadness, grief, and not good enough energy happening inside of me. And Xander, with his open center, was absorbing and amplifying it right back to me. Then I would absorb his amplified emotions and send them right back to him. We were in an emotional echo chamber neither of us knew how to escape or that it was happening. One example: going to the park. When it was time to leave, he would throw the most intense tantrum I've ever experienced. And instead of seeing it as a child struggling with transitions, I saw it as a reflection on me. I had so much of my identity wrapped up in what other people thought of me. So even though I wasn't consciously thinking about it, part of me was terrified. What do these people think of me? Do they think I'm a terrible mom? I had unconsciously linked my child's behavior to my worth as a parent. But here's the truth. Our kids are not good or bad. They're learning how to be human. They're learning what behavior works and what doesn't. As a culture, we could all use a lot more compassion for the moms doing their best and for the kids learning how to navigate the world. My reactions back then were not something I'm proud of. And afterward, the guilt would take over. Why can't I handle this? Why am I not more patient? What is wrong with me? But later I realized I wasn't failing at motherhood. I was operating from old emotional conditioning, patterns I inherited and never learned to regulate. My guilt wasn't truth, it was programming. And once I understood that, everything started to shift. Using my P.E.A.C.E framework, here's where mom guilt really comes from. Number one, the people in our lives. You were taught to value others above yourself. Growing up, many of us learned that being good meant being quiet, helpful, compliant, and unemotional. So now, when we prioritize ourselves, even for a moment, guilt rushes in. Number two is our emotions. No one taught us emotional regulation. If you weren't modeled emotional safety, your feelings or your child's feelings feel like proof that you're failing. But emotions aren't failure, they're human. Number three is our assets, our environment. Your home is not supposed to look like Pinterest. Your house is lived in. Your kids are real humans with toys, dirt, dishes, and laundry. Guilt shows up when you compare normal life to someone's curated highlight reel. Number four is chaos. You are overscheduled and under-supported. Most moms are working full-time jobs and full-time motherhood. Of course you're exhausted. Of course things fall through the cracks. Guilt becomes the default response to being human. Number five is energy. You override your body daily. We push through exhaustion, ignore our needs, and then blame ourselves for being cranky or overwhelmed. Guilt isn't a character flaw. It's a chronic side effect of self-neglect and unrealistic expectations. Here's the real shift, the path back to peace. Number one, rewrite your inner expectations. Ask yourself, whose rule am I living by? Mine or the ones I inherited? You get to define what being a good mom means. And yes, you will fall short sometimes because you're human. But when your expectations are aligned with your truth, you'll feel less drained and more joyful. Number two is practice micro moments of self-compassion. You don't need an hour-long meditation. Try this simple reset. Hand on your heart and hand on your belly. I'm doing the best I can with what I have today. This calms your nervous system more than you think. Number three is name the pattern, not the failure. When guilt hits, you say, this is old conditioning. This isn't mine. This is a pattern, not the truth. Patterns can be changed. Failures feel permanent, and you are not failing. Number four, let good enough be the new standard. Your kids don't need a perfect mom. They need a real mom, one who can handle emotions, repair, reset, set boundaries, and model humanity. That's what creates emotionally intelligent adults. Number five, rebuild your support system. You are not meant to be the entire village, but today moms try to be. That's why we're drowning. Support is not weakness. Support is survival. And if you don't have support in person, virtual support can be a powerful bridge. You're welcome and encouraged to join the First Five community I created. Whether you're in the first 5 years of motherhood, school-age kids, adolescence, or empty nest, you don't have to do any of this alone. The other day, I asked my son if he wanted to stay with a friend while I got my nails done or if he wanted to come with me. He shocked me by saying he wanted to hang out with me, and my whole heart melted. I even did a humble brag on Facebook saying my 13-year-old wants to hang out with me. But when he got the opportunity to go home instead, he took that opportunity with a promise that he would hang out with me later and do whatever I wanted to do. So when I got home and said, okay, what I want to do is play a board game, he said, I don't really want to play a board game. I want to watch a movie. And so we watched a movie. Then I noticed something. He was doing something I do. I say yes to something, and then I change my mind. He was reflecting my behavior back to me. Our kids are always learning from us, even the patterns we wish they wouldn't. The invitation here is not guilt, but awareness. Mom guilt loses its power the moment you see it for what it is, a story that was handed to you, not the truth of who you are. You are already enough. You are already doing more than you realize. And you deserve peace just as much as anyone else in your family. If this video resonates with you, I encourage you to watch Gratitude versus Guilt, Choosing Peace Over Perfection. And if you want a deeper look at what's creating overwhelm in your life, you can take my free peace assessment at alysialyons.com/peace quiz. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being the kind of mom who cares enough to grow. Until we meet again, keep healing. Bye, guys.